bag, the top of the bag. So I'm going to set my stitch. I don't want to leave it on this because the stitch is too small. So I need to move it up back to the original setting where that's blinking. Okay, so don't forget to do that. And then I'm going to move this one up to the original setting. And then I'm ready to start the bag. Now I'm going to slip this over the top at, like, see, this is the arm of the machine. I'm going to put it over the arm, and I'm going to line the edge of my fabric up. This is where you got to zoom in. I'm going to line the edge of my fabric up so that this edge is lined up almost on the center stitching line. It can be a little bit over, but you don't want it any further than the 1/8 inch. Okay, so I'm going to line it basically up with that center stitching line. And if you're doing it right, you're going to be stitching on the fabric, off the fabric, on and off, on and off. Okay, like this. Okay, and after you're finished, notice how all those little strings are hanging. We're going to cut the strings. Back stitch when you get finished. So when you're done, it's going to look like this, and if you do a really good job, like, it's just going to look really pretty and finished. And then I'm just going to take and cut those little strings. You shouldn't see any black on this side. If you see black on this side, that's the right on the right of the fabric. It is too deep and you'll have to do it again. Okay, so now I have finished the top. I have finished this, gotten that all prepped for the casing. Now I'm going to clip these corners. It's super important when you clip it that you do not cut your stitches. So I'm just gonna take and just trim the little corners off. Make sure the stitch is intact. If you cut that stitch off, you are going to have to re-stitch it and you're gonna have an ugly corner. So we want those corners to be really pretty. So you're just going to cut it, make sure that the stitch is still intact, and then we're going to do the same zigzag finish we did here. We're going to do that on these 3 sides. So now I am going to zigzag finish these edges the same way as I did the top of the bag. And always back stitch. On this, you want to back stitch. Back stitch. Okay, now when I get to here, I'm not gonna zigzag this way because that's gonna put bulk in my corner. I don't want extra bulk. This is what it should look like. You shouldn't see any black above the zigzag. If you do, then you went in too deep. So you're not stitching on the stitch and you're not stitching like so deep that you can see black above it. It's going to look like this. You're going to have these 3 sides zigzagged. You're going to have a straight stitch on the inside. You're going to have the top of the bag here ready for the casing, and you're going to take, and at this point you should just go through and quality check it, trim all of your hanging threads. If there are any, just cut them, trim them, get them all cleaned up, and